So, festival of wealth. I like to research what the definition of wealth is. And I found, or I picked out two definitions. They will naturally come up in everyone's code when they search, but I picked two of them out that I think they were very outstanding for me. The first definition is an abundance of valuable possessions or money. That's the first definition of wealth. An abundance of valuable possession or money. The second definition of wealth is a plentiful supply of a particular desirable thing, right? A plentiful supply of a particular desirable thing. So that second definition makes me see now that wealth really is in the eyes of the beholder. The same way beauty is in the eye of the beholder, wealth is in the eyes of the beholder. And the reason why I was telling you guys to please stay tuned for this last session. You may be tired, but find a way, get your pen also so you can write to your mind. Your mind not begin anything, but write so that you can go through it again. It's because in rooms like this, lives have been changed. In rooms like this, missions have been given. In rooms like this, ideas have come. Right? People's lives have been changed in rooms like this. I'm not saying that, it doesn't mean to get a happy theater or a stadium for your life to be touched. So you can only take as much as you demand. Right. So this second definition again says it is the plentiful supply of a particular desirable thing. So desire needs to be what you have in your heart right now to be able to receive what you want. I wouldn't say I'm definitely not one of the most successful persons on earth. Neither am I the most successful person in Lagos, nor in Abuja. But I would say I'm living a very purposeful life. And if you bring whoever you count as successful here, I wouldn't want to replace my life with that. I'm not going to exchange it. I would love where I am right now and I'm pitching it 1,000 times over. Right? Because my journey is very, very interesting. And I know can say that about myself. You must be able to say that about yourself. So if I'm going to do anything for you today, I will show you how valuable you are and how powerful you are, how you can command attention, right? Just from your own life, a unique life. I'm here to really point out the beauty of your uniqueness, right? In personal branding, I tell people that personal branding is not necessarily achieved properly if you are not functioning from a place of uniqueness. Think about anyone you love online. Think about anyone you've seen media-wise. What really draws you to them is how unique they are, right? It's not how professional they are. It's usually how unique they are. They might be in a professional line, but it's their uniqueness, right? So, speaking to young people here today, I would like to let you know that it is possible for you to touch your world, reach your world, right from your seat where you are right now. And I want to push you mentally to that point. I wrote something here today while I was thinking about this week, and I said the position of firstborn, because I'm sure you all know that we're like the firstborn on earth, right? We're the ones who kill the animals, we're the ones who cause the plants, we're the ones who create AI. So technically, we are like the wisest beings on earth, right? Okay, good. So I will call us firstborn. So I said the position of firstborns amongst all creation is an honorable one, which comes with a lot of responsibility because it means you were chosen to function from a position of privilege. So whenever you see a person who at a particular age, say 40, 45, 50, and they have nothing to show for it. And when I mean nothing to show for it, I'm not talking about money. Let's not be materialistic here. It could be even a child. You can literally be born in a poor home, but because you decided to not blame where your parents gave birth to you, but begin to also expand your mind. When God gives you children, you train them in such a way that they can stand in front of anyone, and they won't tell that this person was born from a poor home. So parents can actually groom their children in such a way that they will actually act like kings and queens, though they are eating literally bread and water every day. So let's remove all material privileges. I'm saying that we were born into privilege. The fact that you are the firstborn, you were born into privilege. The fact that you control plants, animals, literally everything on that, Everything here was created from life. Every single thing here was created from life. There was nothing in this room that was brought from one spiritual realm. No. Maybe the conceptualization, great. But every single thing here was brought from earth. The only thing here that existed by itself, I mean, giving birth to, but itself by itself, was not gotten from any other thing but itself, is mankind. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So it's showing that we have so much power inside of us. We have a mental privilege, emotional privilege, and many more to speak of. The next thing I wrote down when I was thinking about this meeting is, so you must take responsibility for your own life and make decisions for your own life. You must take responsibility for your own life and make decisions for your own life. You must. So let's dive quickly into the conversation of branding. I just wanted to get you like really focused on what I'm about to do is not something you just take through your lives. In my experience, again, like I told you, I'm not the biggest person, but I know my life and I know my roles. But into my hands, I've been able to find God's servants at a particular point when they felt like they needed some push in their movement. And when it came into my hands, right, they moved from 65,000 followers on Facebook to 1.6 million, 65,000 subscribers on YouTube to 600k, several subscribers on YouTube to 400 and something. And I can keep on listing the amount of the numbers that I've seen from my hands, right? From my own hands. In fact, when I actually start doing more work with my own brand, I would also see the same amount of results. Why am I so sure about this? It's because I've tapped into an understanding of media, right? That I believe everyone here can tap into. If you're interested in making a name and making impact and touching lives with media, this conversation is for you. If you are. Right. So, branding. First of all, what is brand? What is a brand? A brand is a total makeup of your product. If you go online and search this definition, you will not see it anywhere here. While through my own journey of life, again, 20 minutes, time will not allow me to share my story. I wanted to share my story because I need to know it back more. But through my journey of life, I realized that there were a few things that was due to me. The same way you all have homes that I do to you from the onset. That if I stay in that path, I will begin to become an innovator. And one of the industries is branding. Aside ministry is branding, right? And I've gotten to the realm where I now create definitions. I'm even about to start submitting them to bodies so that they can actually be accepted as new ideas. You know, the way, for example, the likes of Charles Darwin, Michael Faraday have solutions of definitions. It's the same when you just need to research. It's possible to have yours. The reason why it seems like they are the smartest people is because they came to this earth before you, right? Imagine if we are all the best people who came on the internet. What's your name? Yeah. Esther. It is that Esther will most likely have a definition of my life, and we'll all be reading it, right? So if you're the first amongst the first persons that came on earth, and you're also amongst the people who are outspoken about your industry, a lot of people will research you by now. Are you guys understand that? Okay, listen. So a brand is the total makeup of your product. That is everything on the inside of it. I like to tell people that this phone is not necessarily Apple. Apple is not the phone. I mean the physical product is Apple, yes, but everything that makes up of Apple, right, is more information, more story than this. I tell people that it takes more than what you see on the shelf to define a brand. It takes more than what I'm telling you right now to define my brand. It takes you experiencing me day after day, expressing my character, my values, how I relate to things, how I deal with things. It takes that to really know me. It's the same way every brand that you see, it's more than what you see on the shelf. The educational way to define a brand is a name, a term, design, symbol, or any other feature that identifies one's sellers or services. Even though I like to say the brand is a unit of differentiation, because back in the 1500s, right, people had livestock and they were trying to figure out, okay, how I separate my livestock from how I sell, and if maybe my owners they'll be able to bring it back to me. So they decided to start marking their cars, marking their properties. So that's where branding came from. Just being able to identify and differentiate one from each other. Do you guys understand so far? Okay. Now, what is a personal brand? I said a personal brand is the embodiment of a personality as a product. So now it's no longer this phone, it's a human being. Please, can I borrow it for a second? I know you're busy to stand here today. Yeah. So a personal brand is the embodiment of the Shalom. Is the embodiment of Shalom as a product. So now you're not going to maybe at the website why and iPhone. You are now encountering her as a personal brand. She's a product, though a human being. But there's a way she can actually shape her life, and we can shape her as a manager. There's a way she can be shaped that people will want to buy her. You understand what I mean by buy her? They want to tap into her mind. They want to listen to her. They want to buy something that she's doing. There's a way to actually package a person like that. So that's what I call personal brand. It's the embodiment of a personality as a product. Your personality is your feelings, your memories, the fact that you're an introvert and extrovert. So everything that you need. Because many people say, oh no, I really don't like being outside, so now this media thing is not for me. Then the truth is, it fits into every specific, no matter who you are, right? There's a way you can package yourself and people will look after you, they'll be sought out, right? I said personal branding is the act of building and positioning a personality as a person in the form of a product for differentiation purposes, visibility, authority, and influence purposes, right? And then I said, who is a personal brand? I said the personal brand is anyone who has found their uniqueness and is on the journey of consciously delivering it as a solution. On the journey of delivering it or consciously delivering it. For example, I'm a personal brand, right? I'm sure so the speakers who spoke here, right? They are all personal brands. They are already on the journey of delivering it as a solution, right? And the game of growth is consistent. Whatever you're consistent at, right? And you also produce quality. Whatever you're consistent at and you produce quality of, right? You will grow in it. Right? So everyone here can grow. Everyone here can grow. Good. So I want to throw it out to the room. I want you guys to call out some personal brands that you know that really stand out to you. Like people who you love. They don't have to be education, they don't have to be, religion or whatever. Whatever it is, if you are skit makers in a call of hand. So you can call out names. Just have a friend. Ronaldo. GDK, that's a minister, right? GDK, yes. Who's he? You should direct sample ownership of my spiritual father is bringing him for a men's meeting. Yeah. Tommy K. Yeah, I think I know her. She's very warmly. Yes. Who else? Do you know any person brand you like? Is the way I'm looking at him, so I have to ask him.
Give me a $10.
Jamie or $10, beautiful. Any other person? Who's that? Sounds familiar. What does she do? Okay, LinkedIn. Interesting. Who? The global team. Okay, yeah, great. She's in Abuja, right? Yeah, American. She's an American. So, like, who else? Selem Jingi. Yeah, I met him tomorrow. Actually, great. Yeah. Sorry. Who's that? An actress. An architect. Oh, great. She sounds successful. She great. Any other name? Kind of. I don't see. Yeah, you look like she is. I'll be right to now.
Yes, that's great.
Pastor Ire. I love Pastor Ire. Great. You attend CCR? Not yet. So I'm going to just that you're losing the member very soon. What's the name? No problem. Yeah. Okay, great. What if I tell you that every name that you guys call started from the bottom? As in, there was a day that they were like, this app, should I download this app? Or, okay, I'm downloading this app. Username. Honey, what should be my username? Do you know that? If you check the story of Pastor King's report, that's the story of my mentor. His wife has his vision long. She told him, honey, join this server. And he was like, Instagram. Please, I want to read this story out. I don't have time for you, obviously. And she kept on pressing and pressing. And then he finally joined. And one day, he posted a picture of the baby that stayed in this last one. And when he posted it, he saw that about 5,000 people liked it. And he called that going to God. Does this mean that 5,000 human beings, like individuals, liked this page? She said yes. And I was like, wow, I've never gathered as a 10. I've gathered 5,000 people with you. Then this place was valuable. Right. So I'm saying all those to say the meritocracy of social media is so powerful that say right now I put out about 50 something thousand followers on Instagram, right? I can keep on creating content and maybe my content will be averaging about 3,000 likes and maybe say 80,000 views altogether. And she can decide to create a very nice content and she has just 100 followers. And that video, because of how good and creative it is, it surpasses the highest amount of views I've ever gotten for Sunday down. So I'm trying to say that every single person here has equal access to eyes. It's not just about the people who have 100,000 followers. Everyone has the opportunity to actually go viral or to create powerful content that can change people's life. So we all started from the bottom. When you think about it like this, that jump to becoming something that seems like wow, it's so difficult. How did they do it? There was a time when Pastor Ire did not know scripture. A time. There was a time when he did not know how to public sleep. He has a lessons. There's a time when Joseph also did not know anything about architecture. There's a time when Cyril Ronaldo could not play. In fact, football, he was on the streets. Couldn't do anything. So, what did he do? That then got him to that point where the whole world was to watch it. That literally he has moved for another country that is not doing for football. And the viewing rate of the country has improved. Everywhere he goes, the t-shirt sales improved. How can you go to the point that you are so wanted? Self-development. Self-development. So, the value or the height or the measures which you are desired and you are wanted is proportional to the amount of development in yourself. The amount of development within yourself. If you do not develop yourself, after a while, people like, I've seen that head that nothing new was done. What makes people want to watch Ronaldo over and over again, even now that he's almost clocking 40? Before it's like, yeah, clocking 40 share. What makes them want to watch him is because this guy, when he's playing at a race at a normal day, something old guy not playing. So it's exceptional. So what is that thing that you like that you can be exceptional at? You may have not got to that standard yet, but what is it that is in you that you can be exceptional at? What? Think about it. What is it in you? I remember one of my mentors was talking about the fact that a lot of people keep spending money on iPhones. You don't see. I tell young people, and I don't understand you guys because you all look like young one. But I tell young people in other meetings I go to that don't look at this iPhone. This if I was traveling, you'll see all my gadgets because I usually like gadgets. What is it like? I still have money. So of these things were bought for me because I'm valuable at work. And they were not. It's not office phone though. They just did it because now, man, this guy love him, so just take. So I won't buy him to my mom. But I'm saying this to say, instead of spending so much time buying or using these apps for your self-gratification and for your self-promotion, right? That is beauty, for entertainment, that's what you see all the time. How about think about how can I use this app to actually add value to myself and to people? How can I use this app to add value to myself and to people? A year ago, I literally was just working for my mentor. Last year, I literally had no clients. I didn't have my company running. I was just serving. And then I had a light bulb and I was like, oh, Gideon, you are so skilled at this thing. And you kind of have some time right now. And it seems like it aligns with your file. Start your company. I started a company called Rev Global. We're still growing. If you search on Google, Rev, REBSN space global, you see my company there. We offer branding solutions, personal brands as well, organizational brand. And you will not believe that I'm beginning to make some money that I probably never was making before. And it was amazing to see that the skill that I have would be something that people knew. Why? I just decided to look at what is it that I have. How can I make it better? And then how can I deliver it as a solution to people? And then, good. I'm not tracking and trying to track people like with track clients. No, I'm starting with the people I have in my space. How can I sell myself with these people? How can I provide solution for these people? And then I can enter that realm where I'm now a manufacturer, not just a consumer. So if I've done anything for you guys, it is to really just spark your minds. Some of you were born to do 9 to 5, that's administrative jobs. Some of you are pioneers. If you're a pioneer, this conversation is for you. It is important that you begin to look on the inside of you. Don't look on the outside of you when you're 40, please, I'm begging you. Because time, though you will have the energy, maybe mental energy, but you will not have enough time. You need that time. Especially if you have children, you don't have that time anymore. So you need that time. So this is the right time to look on the inside of your house. So what is that thing that makes my heart beat? What is that thing that I love? Sometimes it may not even be something you love. It may be something somewhere that God has planted you. And you know that you know how to do this thing. It may be something that your hands can't. There's a realm of talents that you work on and they get sharpened and get better. And there's a realm of skill where they were never talent, but by reason of continuous usage, it's now becomes a skill. Either or, I use this as a solution. And then I can ask myself, now, it's not just about the millions I'm making, it's the fact that I have people I'm employing. So young people now are coming to small me and saying, oh, I want to work here. We're going on LinkedIn and my pitching and employing people. Right now, I need more stats. So do you understand what I'm saying? You can actually be a positive advantage to your society. Time is not enough. I would have loved to talk more, but maybe you can go to my website, just search for GideonVese.com, and you can get the personal branding book. I believe it's helpful. And I really hope you guys have a great end to your year and maybe next year.